urgently need to talk about exactly what's happening to silver.
Silver price has been nuked.
Silver bulls cry foul as CME margin hike risks putting the brakes on a record run. Manipulation to shut down this massive rally which we saw going into the year end.
Almost $600 billion wiped out in minutes. And the banking system is currently in complete chaos. As of right now, minutes ago, the Fed, here, have some money. $26 billion just got loaned. That's more than Friday. And it just keeps it going. Rumor has it we just had another bank failure. We won't know which one. People are trying to connect the dots with silver, which we are going to talk about. I have some good news and I have some really bad news. As silver plunges 13% in minutes. You guys went from 83 bucks all the way down to 73, but I have to show you chart. And also for the trolls in the comment section when I'm like, you're buying too high, wait for a pullback. Here, I just saved you some money. On the bank side, we had a margin call. And the bank's like, where'd I put that money? And then on the other side, you had CME. So if you're wondering why silver went down and everyone's going to have their, it's this, it's that, CME raised their margin requirement. So people are like, well, I guess I'm out. All of those people with their leveraged margin longs had to close. Here we go. From a trader's perspective, like I said yesterday, and I was right, the NASDAQ, I said you're going to stop right at that trend line. Now, if you get above it, it goes higher. I'm currently 1 for 1. Above my head, now we're going to go to silver, is what is happening today. And I cannot tell you, I can go back in the charts. I don't see this. And this is called a bearish engulfing candle. And what's that mean? Well, it's the end of an uptrend. I mean, look at this one pulled out of a textbook. It's not that big. Also known as a strong trend reversal signal. Now to answer the question. As I am seeing it all over the media, the bubble has popped or the bubble has bursted. Poor dad, author Robert Kiyosaki urges investors to be patient. As this article says, quote, is silver bubble about to burst? Maybe. From a technical perspective, I don't think we're done yet. This is what is called a healthy pullback. It doesn't feel healthy, I know. I just lost 10%, 15%. I'm sorry. I clearly said if you want to get into silver, you're gonna have to wait. I know the FOMO is real, but you are going to have a significant pullback and then you will enter. Bravo, when do I enter? Well, maybe you should take a course on it. I'm currently offering 2 end of the year. This is it. I got heat because I didn't have a Black Friday deal. I did nothing. No Cyber Monday. You can get my course for $199. You actually get 2 courses. And if you would like to find your own setups, I'm chopping this one almost in half. This is my stock screener. You don't have to sit there all day long and just scroll through stocks going, okay, where's the 9-day moving average? Where's the perfect setup? I do that for you. First, you need to know how to drive the car. $199. You'll never beat it. Cheapest ever. And it goes to $399. So I'd say get it at a discount. But looking at this, you are still above that white line. That is the Bravo 9. Which if you were to have originally swung trade this, which you actually had almost a 12% beat down right over here, boom, you buy at this candle. You ride it all the way up to here, which is 60%. Actually completely unheard of in the silver market. The reason why you don't see big swings on silver is because the banks control the price. More specifically, JP Morgan, which supposedly JP Morgan acquired this bullion back in 2008 when Bear Stearns collapsed. So for about 15 years, they've just been suppressing, okay, making money along the way and getting busted for it. But just recently, they're like, okay, let's let this thing move. Closed its 200 million ounce short position. Now let's let it run higher. And I think they have about 700, this is from reports, 750 million of this precious metal, also known as the largest stockpile in history, even bigger than what the government has. Probably 1,000 times bigger than what's in Fort Knox, because we don't know. So quite possibly all of this pent-up demand is now being released, and now it's not. All right, so now let's try to tie in a bank to this. As this story is written, now I cannot confirm. I do not know which bank it is. 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Sunday, now we're Monday, reports have been coming out claiming a, quote, systematically important bank. Well, I'd say that's probably a lot of them. Major player in silver's futures failed to pay its margin call at 2 a.m. and was liquidated. And the reports are concealing the name of the bank. Probably a good idea. And then this article says that's the $34 billion into the banking system, overnight reverse repo. We have that correlation causation thing that it's like, maybe. I'm going to go with CME and not Shark Attack and ice cream sales. Though, look at how closely they run. So we should buy Bitcoin. So talking about Bitcoin, look at this. Just loving that Bravo 9. Can't seem to get above it. And this is insane. You would have never known. It moved just today about 4%, going from 90,318 all the way down to 86,000. From a technical perspective, it wants to break out of this. If you want to know which way it's probably going to break, I'm going to go with that blue line, which is the 200, and that is the direction, which is down. So it is a better time to buy Bitcoin now than it was when it was at 120, 130. I mean, $126,000. That's a lot of money. So everyone that waited, because I'm like, no, don't buy here, you can start accumulating now. Same thing with silver if you would like. I just hate seeing when you know there's going to be a sale. Just wait a minute. And I do think with the gold to silver ratio, you got a lot more to run. I mean, even 150. See, when the banks stop manipulating, you start to figure out what is the value, also known as price discovery. And how about gold? Now, as you know, I've never sold any of my gold, given it away, taken loans against it. The biggest heat is definitely when I sold 75% of silver, taking a profit, not selling, take profit. That's how I build wealth. And also, then could come a time to short silver, again, building wealth, and then buy silver, building wealth. But now the question is, well, should I short it right now? Because you just said that bearish engulfing. It's not, for me, it's not confirmed. You got to get under the 9. Under the 9, it's going to be brief because there is momentum to the upside. Anyways, time to sell silver and buy gold? I don't know. I mean, I'm okay if you always want to buy both of them. Go ahead. The silver gold ratio is stretched as it gets. Again, correlation, causation, right? Ratios. I follow charts. And also try not to stay in this too long, the dollar. And this is saying the dollar is facing an end to its dominance. And I say, not even close. See, it's an interesting thing about the dollar. Now, just delete the word dollar. It's an interesting thing about this debt system. They just picked the word dollar, where money is created out of thin air and doesn't exist. It's also with any currency. You go into a bank, I want yuan loan, you get yuan loan. Do they have any money? No. To make sure you pay back the yuan with interest. So whether they use the word dollar or yuan, it's still the same game. Fed's not printing money. The treasury is just money that's very difficult to be used in the system. It's also known as collateral. It is bonds. And believe it or not, the banks, they're hoarding these right now. Why is that? Because they feel that there's going to be a collapse. Same reason why humans hoard gold and silver. It's like hoard, hoard, hoard. They don't use it as money. They just hoard it. And then over on the other side, you have the treasury printing bonds, and they hoard that too. Also, someone said in the comments section about hoarding, because I had said it's very difficult for gold and silver to be money in a debt-based system, and people will hoard it. People don't hoard debt. They use it, and there's liquidity. It's the same reason why people don't want to use their Bitcoin, because they believe it's going to go up. Gold, going to go up. Silver, go up. You keep it. But someone said, why don't they ever say that people hoard the digits in their bank account, their money, the dollar? Well, because it really isn't anything. And the banks aren't hoarding that. The second you deposit your money into the system, they then buy something with it. What is that? That would be bonds. So your money in the system, it's not there. They have already purchased bonds, and those bonds then get interest, and then they can pay you like a fraction. See, they get this much, and they give that much to you because you're loaning them your money, and then the Fed, they put it on their balance sheet, and the same thing. That also buys bonds. They get what's called sloppy seconds because your bank buys them first. At the end of the day, it is all fugazi. It is debt. I'm always okay with you buying gold and silver at any price. That's hard to say. I would rather you get a sale on it than pay the top. Forever and ever, when we are in a debt-based system, gold and silver will always go up, and especially in a free market. I mean, they've been pushing that thing down for a while. Also, the same thing with how to trade it. $199? It's a sale. This is the time you buy. And then you learn how to buy and sell. And then your account gets bigger. One of the greatest money glitches I have ever seen in my life. I mean, I'd rank that swing trading up there with like top 5. So if you are not doing that, start there. Then buy assets. Then start businesses. Grow your wealth, grow your kingdom because you are a king. Slay dragons every day. With that, I love you. I will see you tomorrow.